you're hiding your head, or it's an atmospheric river like it is in Southern California right now. But either way, we're all here together in the warmth of 70-degree indoor temperatures right here, Mr. Proctor. So
yeah,
we
good morning.
going to discuss anything you like here today. This is an open forum Q&A. We're going to monitor the chat. So whatever is on your mind, I'm certain will be on the minds of others. So you're not being selfish by sharing what you're thinking or any objections or anything at all that you might be wanting clarity on or what have you. Type in the chat, really participate, and it'll make for an even better webinar session here today. So having said that, Mr. Proctor, how was your weekend?
Weekend was great. I'm going to take everyone over to the coaching site, and we're going to go over a few things. Can everybody see this? Okay, I want to start off by talking about the postcards, going over those. A lot of you having success with that. So you go to the dashboard for those that are newer with us, and then you go down the right-hand side to postcards. And you can see we've got a few. If you want to get listings, this free quick over the phone home evaluation is a good one. The challenge we have, as we've discussed many times, is getting prospects to answer the phone. But with this postcard, we're getting them to call us, right? Which is what we want. And you'll see the offer here isn't just about what is your house worth, because we could argue, well, they could do a quick internet search and find out what the homes on their street sold for. And that's the same lame offer being made by other agents. So we spice this up. We also let them know we're gonna help them determine what they're gonna net in their pocket. Can everybody see that? Maybe I can make this bigger here. Can you see that better?
Yep.
Okay.
Better.
So says you'll receive a verbal accounting of what comparable homes have sold for in your neighborhood and which homes are currently listed, how long they've been for sale, and their prices. Call me now, and all you are going to do is insert your phone number, of course, your picture and your name, your brokerage number. If you're in California, you have to have your license number here. But other than that, we really don't want you to change it, okay? Because it's proven to work. Get the facts without the pressure. Based on this information, you'll know what your home is worth. This complete confidential market analysis is absolutely free. But here's where it's different. We can also determine what you'll net in your pocket after all associated moving expenses. Plus, we can provide you with inexpensive tips to sell your home for more money. Now, the crazy thing is all of you do that anyway, right? When you meet with a seller, you would go through the net sheet. You should, right? Like how much is your mortgage, right? Let's deduct that. Let's figure out what you're going to net. Your moving expenses, real estate fees. They don't know what all the associated moving expenses are. So this is something I think you would agree. They can't Google this. Also, let's look at the second part here. We can provide you with inexpensive tips to sell your home for more money. How many of you do that already? And you're really good at that, right? You would walk through their home and, you give them inexpensive things that they could do that might cause their home to sell faster or sell for $5,000 or $10,000 more. Some examples of that are what? Let me know in chat some of the inexpensive things that you would ask home sellers to do or suggest that they do. I'll get the creative juices flowing. You walk into the daughter's room and it's bright pink or purple. Right. So Tara says paint. Right. Paint's a very inexpensive thing they can do. Cleaning the carpets. Right. Or replacing the carpets. Maybe doing a little bit of landscaping. Howard says declutter. Exactly. So these are things that you guys are good at. That's the irony. See, what this is things that we do after we get the appointment. And what I want you to do is start talking about it before to get the appointment. These are things we should be talking about to actually get the listing appointment, not just stuff we do at the listing appointment. So a bit of a paradigm shift. So that's all I did here. And in my heyday, I was sending out like 20,000 of these every week because it worked, right? Free, quick, over the phone. What does that say? Over the phone. It means I don't have to have a real estate agent over to my house. We could even add a line in there that says these online portals, Zillow, etc., are inaccurate. go visit 3 of those different online sites. You'll get 3 different values. So you're going to get a verbal accounting of comparable homes. We're going to figure out what you're going to net in your pocket after all your associated expenses, which arguably is the most important number to the home seller anyway. And we're going to help you sell your home for more money by giving you inexpensive things that you could do. Okay, so I want you guys to test this out. All you have to do is change the phone number. I would recommend you have your direct cell number here, not an office number. I used to work for Remax, and many people who called the office number would never find their way to Craig Proctor. The person answering the phone has a best friend at the Remax office who's not me, and they all of a sudden are getting my calls. It was crazy because when I would confront them, like the sellers would call me later, say, I'm out of feature sheets. Well, you're not listed with me. Yes, I am. I'm listed with so-and-so at Remax. Well, they're not part of my team. Well, they said they are. They said they work with you. I said, well, yeah, technically they work with me at Remax, but no, you didn't list with Craig Proctor. And they'd often be furious. So make sure it's a direct number. Okay, we don't lose any business. And you can have your email address in here if you want. Okay, so the call to action is call me. Now, if you want, some of our members, like Nathan Clark, has replaced call me with text me. Okay, you could replace call me with text me your address. Now, what happens when they text your address? Obviously, you capture their cell phone number and you have their address. So if you want, you could also test this with text. That's a tongue twister. Text me now. Text me your address now. Text your address now to and your cell number. Okay, so that's one thing you can do. Let's go back to the postcards again and look at a few others. While we're on this theme of I want listings, how many of you have tried this one here? Let's open it up.
Hey, by the way, Craig, let's make this really clear. This is really inexpensive to do. Like the way you're sending these out is every door direct mail in the United States or bulk mail in Canada, which means, for a few $100, you're sending out thousands of these at a time. So this is not like the letter system where we're talking about a handwritten envelope and licking a stamp. This is volume that makes it work.
Okay, that's a good point. How many of you are aware that that's what we're talking about here? This is unaddressed mail. So in the United States, it's called every door direct. And in Canada, it's just called unaddressed mail. David just asked who print these. Whoever you want to print them.
Right. Local.
Right, so you get a local printer. We used to provide a printer, but the problem was, if you get them printed in Ohio and you're in California, it costs more to ship the postcards than to print the things. So just go to a local printer and say, hey, this is what I want it to look like. But insert your information, of course. Okay, so I'll take you guys in a few minutes to the Every Door Direct site. And Andrea, I don't know what site there is for Canada or whether I used to just walk into the post office. And they had a postal route map. And I'd say, yeah, I want to deliver to this neighborhood and that neighborhood and this neighborhood. And I don't know, it's like 18 cents, I think, 18 to 20 cents. We'll check it out.
18 and a half cents for every door direct mail, and way cheaper than that even in Canada.
Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Find out what your home would sell for in this rapidly changing market. How many of you would agree that the market's been rapidly changing? That we can say. A couple of years ago, it was rapidly changing in an upward fashion. Now it's rapidly changing maybe in a downward, but there's a lot of uncertainty, which is good, right? We kind of like it when sellers don't know what their house is worth. Now, what you got to find out is, are they just curious and want to know what their house is worth, or are they curious and want to know what their house is worth because they're actually planning on selling it? So selling now may be better than later. I'm saying maybe. Who knows? Maybe the prices will go down. Maybe not. But selling now may be better than later. I'm creating a little bit of urgency there, right? Interest rates have increased, which is true, but buyers are still buying. go to your MLS, check it out. Still hundreds or thousands of houses selling. You may be surprised at how much your home is worth. So they can scan the QR code or enter your domain name here. Now, the QR code is going to go to a video of you on YouTube. Okay, so you're going to go to YouTube and you're going to shoot a little video that says, hi, your name. So in this case, hi, this is Craig Proctor with RE/MAX. And if you're watching this, this means you live in Glenway Estates and you receive my mailing about finding out exactly what your home would be worth in this rapidly changing market. Okay, then you can make your offer. If you'd like to know exactly what you would net in your pocket after all the associated expenses, and if you'd like to know inexpensive things that you could do, like painting, moving, positioning the furniture, give a few examples of things they could do. Getting together with me is absolutely free of charge. Or maybe say this, it starts with a phone call.
Baby step.
Baby step, right? Give me a call. Let me know what type of home you have, right? Or your call to action could be, text me your address. The postcard will cause people that are thinking about selling to look at the postcard and respond to your call to action. Maybe you have a landing page that you want to take them to. Okay, and we can show you examples of landing pages that you guys can copy. So you decide what your call to action is going to be. They scan the QR code and they see you. Why is that important? Well, you're baby stepping them, as James said. They get to see you, know your personality. This is your chance to show them that you know what you're doing. So write yourself a script. You have to record it maybe 4 or 5 times to get it perfect. Okay, and that's what you're going to roll with. So you're doing a presentation to everyone that scans the QR code, just like I'm doing a presentation to you, right? I'm not at your kitchen table, but I'm giving you a presentation today. We have a mindset as realtors, well, I can't really tell the buyer or seller what I do. I can't really give a presentation unless I meet with them or unless I speak to them on the phone. You're going to get a lot more prospects seeing who you are and what you do, giving this presentation to them this way, than trying to get them on the phone or meet with them at their kitchen table. Does that make sense?
Craig, let me also just clarify a little bit about the video on YouTube. So you're just going to record a video, like you could even use your phone unless you have a more professional setup, and you're putting the video on your YouTube page or your YouTube channel. You're not actually recording it on YouTube, you're putting it on YouTube. And the reason is that when someone clicks on the YouTube link, it automatically opens up the video. They don't have to do anything, they don't have to log in. Whereas if you use Facebook or something like that, there's a danger that if they're not logged into Facebook, it's going to ask them to log in. And the confused mind does nothing. So if you're making them jump through all these technicalities to see the video, they're probably not going to see the video. So the easiest way to do it is you put it on YouTube. They scan the QR code, it'll open the video. Done. And they happen to be watching it on the YouTube platform. That's all it is. And it costs $0 to do that. So you can have all of your videos uploaded to YouTube for absolutely $0, your favorite price.
Okay, so let me know this is making sense. Do you guys understand the concept here? Instead of just saying, hey, would you like to know what your house is worth, which they can find out on their own or from all the other agents, we're trying to do something a little bit different here. And we're trying to get them to see you, know you, and like you. Your offer on the video is going to be, hi, this is who I am. You know how to do that, right? Hi, this is who I am. I'm Susan Smith from Century 21. And if you're watching this, it's because you received my mailing. You live in such and such area, and you received my mailing about what your home would be worth in this rapidly changing market. Stop. All of us can do that, right? No issue. Not only can I let you know what your home, what the homes in the neighborhood have been selling for, I could determine free of charge and no obligation, what you would actually net in your pocket after all associated expenses, like mortgage, moving, etc. Obviously, as a home seller, that's the most important number to you. Also, I've been doing this for X amount of years, you could say, if you've been doing it for a long. I've been doing this for 17 years. I've been doing it for 3 years. And I'm really good at giving home sellers inexpensive tips, advice on inexpensive things that they could do to sell their home for $5,000 to $10,000 more, or whatever you want to say, $10,000 to $20,000 more. For example, neutralizing the home, maybe freshening up some of the paint, cleaning the carpet, staging the furniture, doing a little bit of landscaping. You guys add your twist. You know what you do. If you would like to get this kind of information, if you're thinking of selling, you'd like to get this kind of information, now you decide what your call to action is going to be. Text me your address at blah, blah, blah. That's my phone number. Or call me. This is my cell number. I'm Craig Proctor with RE/MAX. And you can reach me directly on my cell phone. I'll be the one answering the phone. And you can reach me 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week. So thank you for watching this. I hope to hear from you. Again, this is Craig Proctor with RE/MAX, and my direct phone number is blah, blah, blah. So the domain name can point to this video that you created a video. And as James said, you planted the video on YouTube. Do you guys know how to do that? Do you guys know how to record a video? You could record the video on Zoom. Okay, so we might need some training.
You can record it on anything. You can record it on your phone. You can record it anywhere, and you're just uploading it onto the YouTube platform. That's all.
Okay, so let's start with this. How many of you know how to use Zoom? Right now, we're on Zoom, and this is being recorded. So if you know how to use Zoom, you take that recording and you upload it onto YouTube. And maybe we can get one of our coaches to help you do that. Honestly, I don't know how to do it either. I have someone do it for me. And that's an important point. I make a lot of money going on video and sticking stuff on YouTube, and I don't know how to do it, but it doesn't stop me from making a lot of money doing it. You guys see the message here? You don't need to necessarily know how to do it. You need to have somebody that will do it for you. And I think Andrea is going to, Andrea, you may want to have a few words on this.
Yes. It is super easy to load to YouTube. It is super easy to record a video. But there are so many ways to have it done for you. So whatever your technical abilities are, we are proof that you don't have to be a tech expert to get this stuff done.
Why don't we do this, Andrea? Why don't we see if Coach Mark Gastineau might come on either on a Monday or a Friday, and he'll walk everybody through how easy it is. Friday, and he'll walk everybody through how easy it is. But if you know how to use Zoom and hit record, there's your video. You're just sticking that video on YouTube. And the reason you're sticking on YouTube is you want a YouTube link, right? You want the YouTube link. And once you have that YouTube link, then you're going to create a QR code. So let's see if I can do this maybe. Let me stop share. I'm going to go to my
YouTube pulled up. I mean, I can show
okay,
how easy
go
it
to
is
my
do
YouTube
it.
channel, grab a video, and create a QR code, please, Andrea. And you can share that.
Okay. So I'm going to share my screen really quickly. And just really quickly, it's so easy. So I'm on my YouTube channel and mine. And then all you have to do when you want to load something, you have your MP4, you hit create, upload videos, and that's how easy it is. You just drag and drop your video over here. Click a few options on how you want it posted, and you're done. It's that easy to load a video onto YouTube. And then all your videos are here. So when you have a video loaded, you can just get it and click Get Shareable Link. It's going to provide you a link, and then you can go to the site where it says QR code generator.
Come on, guys, this is like magic. How many of you guys think, wow, this is really cool?
You paste your YouTube link there.
Paste it in. Now hold your phone up there, folks. Hold your phone up to that QR code, and you're going to see that YouTube video. That's the link to it. And that's how easy it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's so super easy. And you saw how fast it was. It was seconds that I could get it.
Okay, so we're going to do it again. Rick says too fast, so let's do it one more time. So Andrea's going to my YouTube channel.
Okay.
And she's going to grab a different video right there, the one below.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to grab the link.
So you see, oh, hold on one second. Sorry about that. There are 3 dots here. It says options. You just click it and you click get shareable link. This is after you've loaded your video. Then you go to the member site. I have so many tabs open, I'm sorry. Here we are. I'm going to go back to the dashboard. So you're here on the dashboard. You've already gotten a copy of your link. You go to QR code generator right here. And remember, this is all recorded, so you can go back and watch this again. You see there's a spot right here for you to paste your link, and then you're done.
Perfect. Someone typed in, do you need to edit the video? No, it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, when you're at a listing appointment, you make mistakes, you stutter, whatever. It doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, it works better if it's not perfect. Okay, so let's go over this again. We're trying to drive people to see you. Does that make sense? If more people, here's the question. If more people knew who you were and understood what you did that was different and better, you would do more business, right? That's what's frustrating is you say to yourself, you know, I'm a good realtor. I do a great job for my clients, but what we're battling is obscurity. Some of you will even say, hey, James, you know what? When I'm face-to-face with a buyer that wants to buy or a seller that wants to sell, no problem. Like, it's good to go. People love me. So this is about getting more people to see who you are and what you do. And we got to fix your offers up, right? Like right now, if your offer is like, would you like to know what your home is worth? Not a good offer, right? Everybody knows how to, every homeowner knows how to find that without you. And that's also the same offer every other agent's offering. So we got to spice up the offer a bit. Okay, so now we have a good offer. How do we get people to see the offer? We send a direct mail piece, all kinds of clutter online, right? Everybody still goes to their mail, whether they want to or not. They got to get their, their bills, pay their bills. And in there is a postcard. And that postcard says, holy cow, the market's rapidly changing. Maybe you might want to find out what your house is worth before houses might change further. Scan this QR code. All of a sudden they see you. Now, here's the thing. Once they see you, they're going to keep seeing you. Right? We pixel them. Once they see you, we're going to keep seeing you. Just like that's how you're here with me. Because you saw some of my stuff and then you kept seeing it over and over and over again. Now it's up to you to do a good job. Right? We want people to watch us say, oh, I kind of like that person. And not everybody will, right? Not everybody that watches, but we don't need everybody. If you could get 1,000 people to watch this video, some of them are going to like you and want to be selling their house, and they're going to respond to your call to action. Now you get to decide, what's my call to action going to be? I would start with just call me. Just call me, right? Or text your address to this number. So this is something all of you can do. You don't have to be super technical to do this, but we've got to get over our fear of video. I don't like how I look. Well, that's how you look when you show up at the listing appointment. I don't like how I sound. Well, let's get over that and get rich. Okay, so let's go back and show a few more. Is there any other questions on that approach before we move forward?
We were covering most of them. They were just technical questions about downloading or generating the QR code, how you get it on your marketing, and you're just going to download it to your PC and you give it to the person producing that marketing, and they'll be able to put it and personalize your postcard or wherever you're using it.
Okay. Who's got control of Zoom, me or you?
You should have it now. I've unshared my screen.
All right. What are we looking at the coaching site now? Hang on a second.
No, we're not.
I got
We're just
I
looking
got so many windows open here.
We're
One
just looking
second.
we're looking at your nice white office.
Well, I can change it if you want.
Well, no, don't move location.
I know, don't, let's,
I like
no,
that
no,
location.
no. For you, James, I will do anything. I can change it if you want. Okay, so let's go back to postcards.
we had a couple questions. I don't know if you addressed this or not. I was multitasking. The free quick over the phone home evaluation. We had some questions on, can I use this as a paid Facebook ad? What are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. When you have something that works, you run it everywhere. You want to do more things in more places, right? If you want to make more money, it means you make more offers. Yeah, more offers in more places more often. Okay,
Well,
let's
not
have.
only that, but it's a test as well. Like, imagine if we said, yeah, no, don't test that on Facebook. And then 6 months from now, you decide to test it and it's a blockbuster, right? Like, just test it. Because the great thing with direct response is you'll know pretty much immediately whether it's effective. And the likeliness is if it's effective in one place, it's very often effective in other mediums as well.
Well, I would like to also add in just what your thoughts are on this. Since you're taking a call me or text me call to action, but they're online. Say it's a Facebook ad. How would you change? Would you change that call to action at all, seeing as they have to go to a lead ads page, or how would you do the follow through if you're taking
the ad could say, the Facebook ad could say, text me at and your number.
And you could do two versions, Andrea. You could do a split test where one of them is like this format where they're texting or calling. That's the call to action. And the other one would be to utilize the lead ads page, learn more, and then just test them head to head and see which one generates more and better prospects.
All right, so we're looking at another postcard. So we're on postcards. You guys know how to find that, right? We go to dashboard. Just in case you joined us late, we go down to postcards. And if we scroll down, we're looking at this one right here.
And to download these, we're getting questions. How do I get these on my computer? All you have to do is right click on the image and then pick the option whether you want to, how you want to save that to your device.
So I'm going to do it right now. See what I did? Right clicked it, save as. There it is. Okay, so you always have to take this to your printer, obviously, because you're not agent name. You have a name. You have your own specific phone number. You have your email address, and you're going to have them drop in the picture. This QR code, okay, is a picture. Just think of it like my headshot's a picture. The QR code is also a picture. So when you go to the coaching site, and you drop the link for the YouTube video that you created, you're going to have a unique picture that you're going to say to your printer, drop that in. Everybody follow? Okay, so let's look at this one. Would you move if you found the ideal house for sale? So speaking into many of you, you have listings coming up if they could find another house, right? The seller would list their home if they could find another house, but they can't. Or if we flip it around, the seller won't list their house, no matter if you got them a full price offer, they won't sell their house until or unless you can find them another property. How many of you have clients like that? Like, man, I have like 5 clients right now that would definitely list their house, but I can't find what they're looking for, right? So when you say to them, hey, have you noticed that there's kind of like nothing on the market and whatever is available seems to be overpriced, seems like you're dealing with the leftovers? Would you like to get access to unlisted and off-market homes as well? They kind of perk up because they can't find anything. So let's read the copy here. It says, our VIP Home Finder program. See, you're selling a service, not a house. Get your head around that. Our VIP Home Finder program will get you priority access to off-market and unlisted homes before they hit the open market. We make it easy. You'll regularly be sent homes that match exactly what you're looking for without calls from real estate agents. Just tell us the area and type of home you're interested in. Then our unique home finder system find sellers interested in selling who are not yet on the open market. You'll know about these properties before other buyers. So you can bid out other buyers and negotiate the best possible price. Homes will automatically be sent to you. There's never any pressure to buy. Simply let us know if you see a home you'd like to look at. Call us now so we can find you the ideal home. Okay, so it's a service. There are no houses. You can't find them a house. That's their problem, right? They get this postcard and they're like, yeah, I'd like to move, but I can't find anything. And you're saying, well, I have a service where I can find you, I can get you access to unlisted and off-market homes. Now, how does it work when they respond? You say, yes, we absolutely can get you access to unlisted homes. They will say to you, well, send me the list. Email me the pictures. Send me the information on the unlisted homes. And you're going to say, well, there are no homes. I don't have any listings. There are no listings. Our services is we find you an unlisted property. How does that work? Well, you tell us the neighborhood you're looking for, and we mail, okay, our letter, our buyer letter out to that neighborhood. Okay, and we are going to try to find you a homeowner that hasn't yet listed for sale, but wants to move. So literally, you would be the only buyer that would know about this house. You wouldn't be in competition with other buyers. It's a free service. You're never obligated to do anything. Would that interest you? So now you've got something that they want that's different than the other agents, and that the homeowners, they don't know how to find the unlisted homes. They're not on the internet. So you got something they want. They can't do it by themselves, not being offered by their agent. So it passes the Craig Proctor test. So you guys should be testing this marketing to see which ones work the best for you. Find out more here. Scan the QR code. Okay, what's it going to say on the QR code? You pop up. Hi, this is Craig Proctor with RE/MAX. Hey, if you're watching this video, you received my postcard and you're interested in you're frustrated because the homes that are on the market seem to be overpriced. It seems like you're looking at the leftovers. There's hardly anything for sale. So our free VIP home finder service gets you access to unlisted properties. We go into the neighborhoods, the areas that you're interested, and we're targeting homeowners that want to sell, but they haven't yet listed their home for sale. So if you're interested in getting priority access to unlisted homes that are not available to the open public, give me a call. My cell number is blah, blah, blah. Again, this is Craig Proctor. I'll be the one answering the phone. You can call me Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. You decide. And give me a call and we can explain more how this works. Again, my name is Craig Proctor. Thank you for watching this. And my cell number is blah, blah, blah. I hope to hear from you soon. Okay, totally made up, but I'm hitting all the points, right? Who are you? Who's this for? It's for people that want to move, but they can't find another house. Don't you agree? Most of the crap online is overpriced, picked over. There's nothing good for sale. You get them nodding their head. Yes, yes, I would move, but there is nothing. And when they call you, they're going. I guarantee they're going to ask you, well, send me the list. And it's nice to say, well, there is no list. Right. How many times do they say, send me the pictures of houses, send me the list? Well, there is no list. We don't have anything listed. What we're offering is a service to find your home that's not listed. See how that works? Everybody get their head around that. It's a service. You're not selling them a house. You're offering them your VIP home finder service. Free of charge. You're going to roll up your sleeves. This is a very proactive approach. Other agents sit back, a passive approach. Well, gee, I just hope another agent lists something on MLS that might be right for my buyer. We'll send you those homes as well, but you're already looking at those. You don't need us to see the houses on the internet. How many of you like this idea? Can you see how this would work for you? Give me a high five in chat. I don't know how you do that, James, a high five in chat, but
you just type in high five.
Okay, so let's look at a couple more. Let's look at this one. Homeowners, would you sell your present home if you found your dream home? Our exclusive VIP home finder service helps buyers find the perfect home. Simply tell us exactly what you're looking for and we'll find it. We invest the time and marketing dollars to specifically target the neighborhoods you're interested in to find you the perfect home, including homes that are not yet listed for sale or available to the public. This means you'll know about these unlisted homes before other buyers, allowing you to negotiate the best possible price. So if you've considered a possible move, call to discuss our VIP home finder service today. All right, and then let's look at the flip side, the other side of this postcard. So the headline again is homeowners. Would you sell your present home if you found your dream home? We know the answer is yes. Here's how it works. Number one, we are experts at finding listed and unlisted homes that match our buyer's criteria. Simply tell us what you're looking for and we'll find it. We will invest the money and time to make it happen. We'll invest our marketing dollars to specifically target the market, the neighborhoods you're interested in to find you the perfect home. When we find a homeowner who may consider a sale, but not yet on the market, we'll inspect the home to ensure it matches your criteria, which is exactly what we do, right? We send out the letter. When sellers respond, we go look at the house. We make sure the house is a perfect fit and that the seller is realistic on price. And then and only then do we tell our buyer about it. Number four, if we feel the property is a match, we'll set up a private viewing for you. And if you love it, decide to make an offer, we would negotiate on your best behalf at no charge. Number five, once the offer on your new home is accepted, we can help you sell your existing home. And then you drop in your name and your phone number. Okay, or if you want, you can drop in a QR code. Okay, let's take a break. I'm sure we've got lots of questions here. Okay, Angie's got a long one. That's a long one. I'll read it. I have a listing appointment this afternoon. The lead came in from an expired campaign. The listing was previously on the market for 5 months with no offers. Now the homeowner is thinking about putting the property on a luxury auction site for a fast sale that'll take 6 to 12% as their fee. When speaking with him over the phone, I explained that in order to get any bids, he'd have to lower his starting bid a lot, which I don't think he's willing to do because he believes that the auction site is saying to him, which he is.
He'll get well over asking.
Okay. All right. So let's drop down to the question. I'm going to offer him a cancellation guarantee and offer him a $10,000 credit at closing and the service guarantee, but any tips on why this auction is not a good way to sell? Usually at an auction, you sell your house for less money, I would think.
What Angie's saying is right, is if and when you are unsuccessful, and then you have to put it on the market after the auction was a failure, then buyers are going to know your house was auctioned. So that's not going to bode well, that you're losing all your leverage to negotiate if they know that you tried to auction your property. So good point.
Yeah, you do your best to get the listing. If the guy's going to auction it, if he auctions it and it sells, well, if he auctions it and it doesn't sell, then, you're going to have an opportunity.
Here's the bottom line here, Angie. What you're doing is the right thing in that you're offering guarantees to set yourself apart, because I'm certain that every other agent probably wants this expired listing as well. But if you can be the only one that's making guarantees of performance,
you guys know what I would do. I would give him the guaranteed sale offer. I'd say, okay, well, let's do the auction right now. I'm the buyer, and I guarantee to sell your home for at least this amount within 120 days, or I'll buy it. There, your house is sold.
Right, now let's try to get you more.
Yeah, now we'll open your home the next 120 days to the open market, and if I get you a superior offer, you always get the benefit of the highest offer. If not, your house is sold. So I know some of you are not prepared for that yet, but let's get you in a position where you understand how to make that offer. That's the same offer I'd make to expired listings. Mm-hmm. James expired off the market. A gazillion agents are calling the home seller. I can sell your house. I can sell your house.
Expired.
Yeah, well, I'll buy it. Yeah, that's how it works. Well, what are you going to, I buy your home. I will come over and give you an upfront written guarantee. And if you accept my upfront written guarantee, I'll market your home for 120 days. And just to make sure that we're selling it for the highest price, you've got a motivated realtor, because if it doesn't sell, I got to buy it. I will market your home for 120 days. And if we get a superior offer from an outside buyer, you get the highest offer, whether it's my upfront offer in writing or a superior offer from an outside buyer. That's the ultimate offer, not just for expired listings, but for every homeowner. Okay, so let's go through some more of these questions. It's a 5.5. I don't feel comfortable. I get that for sure, Angie. She's like a 5.5 million. That's smart. So
make a difference.
You can make other guarantees. You could guarantee.
I guarantee to sell it at a price acceptable to you in less than 60 days, or I'll save you $10,000 at closing. Right? You're the only, remember, you're not making these offers in a vacuum. No other agent is making them any guarantee of anything. So, or what about guaranteeing them a particular asking price, and all it requires them is to list their home within market value range? So you're definitely on the right track making guarantees, and there are all kinds of different guarantees you can make, and you should make more than one. I like the cancellation guarantee. That's an obvious one.
Did y'all see Shyla's?
Yeah, it's a good question. So let's take Shyla's. How do you determine when you're talking to a new lead, which offer to make them, I guess, right? Which offer to offer them off-market properties, priority access. Okay, really, well, you want to find out whether they're a buy first or sell first prospect.
No, what Shyla is saying is these are both buyer offers. One of them is for priority access to great deals. The other one is proprietary access to off-market properties. The answer is both. We're going to make a buyer both. If they're a buyer and we recognize they're looking, then we can offer
okay,
both.
So yeah. So if you're the offer you want to make to a buyer, in layman terms, is that you have stuff that they want that they can't get anywhere else. Would you guys agree? That's the premise of this, right? So what kind of unique things could you offer a buyer? And I understand that you don't want to offer or promise a buyer something that you actually can't deliver, right? I understand that. But the truth is we can. So if James is my buyer, here's what won't work. Hey, James, if you meet with me, I can get you the listings on the MLS. I could send you daily updates. Would you like that?
I know I'm already getting that from Zillow.
Right? That's what you guys are offering right now. You're offering whatever. Would you like to find out about houses that are on the MLS?
No, I already know about them.
Or you might say, I've got another agent sending it to me.
Whatever.
Or you might say, here's what you might say. I have 4 different websites that I go to get this information. I'm already set up on the 4 different websites for daily emails. And I have 5 real estate agents also emailing me properties.
And now you're just offering to be number 6.
Right. So what the buyer's politely saying to you, and sometimes not politely, is they're saying, I'm not interested in what you have. Now notice, they're not saying I'm not interested in you as a person or an agent. They're just saying I'm not interested in your offer. So let's go back to that same buyer prospect with this. James, not only can I get you priority access to all the homes that are on the MLS that are available to the open public, I can also get you access to unlisted, off-market, distress sales, and bank foreclosures as well. Would you like to get access to those as well?
Yep.
Okay. So that's how it works.
And
that's the
would you like access to them first? That's the priority access. Mm-hmm. Would you like to know about the properties before they're on the internet? Right? Like a property that comes on the market by Keller Williams, would you like to be notified about that property before it's on the internet, or would you like to know about it after all the other buyers know about it? Like it's a combination. You're gonna offer them properties that they can't get anywhere else other than you, and you're gonna give them access to those properties before they can get access anywhere else. It's
now the call to action. The call to action is this. So Would you like to get priority access to hot new listings that match your home buying criteria, including all the homes from all the different real estate companies? Also, I can get you access to unlisted and off-market homes, and you can throw in distress sales and bank foreclosures if you want to. This is a free service. You're never obligated to do anything. Would that interest you? Now, I promise you, if you say it this way, 100% of them, maybe not 100, 90% of them will say, yes, I want it. Great. Then you come back with, when's a good time for us to get together? They said they wanted it. Makes it difficult for the buyer to back out of it now, right? Right? You made an offer. The buyer says, yes, I want it. And now you say, well, great. When's a good time for us to get together? Mornings or afternoons? Now, they're going to say to you, why do we need to get together? Why do we need to meet? I can tell you right now what I'm looking for. To which you're going to say, because I want to do a good job for you. By the way, how many of you agree you could do a better job for the buyer if at the onset they would actually meet with you? Is there any of you, let's flip it around. Is there any of you that would think you would do a worse job for the buyer by meeting with them?
Right.
Yeah, if I meet with James and I get to know him and his wife and exactly what they're looking for, I would do a terrible job. No, it's the opposite. So it's not like you're suggesting something that's bad for the buyer. It actually would be good for the buyer, but it's good for you as well. Right. Now, if the buyer won't meet with you, that's a bad sign. That means either you didn't do the offer right? Or they've already got another agent and, they're not that motivated or whatever, but we're trying to get buyers to meet with us so we can show them what we do, get them signed to a buyer agency agreement. Now, James, if you were to work with me, not saying he is, but if you were to work with me, one of the things that we would do is I'd invest $300 and mail to all the homes in Glenway Estates a letter to find out, telling them that you're working with me as a buyer, not using your last name, just your, you and your wife's first name. But I'm going to mail it out to everyone in Glenway Estates, letting them know that you're serious about buying. We've got you pre-qualified for financing. You're flexible on closing because you haven't sold your existing house. In fact, you won't sell your existing home until I find your house in Glenway Estates. So, James, I'm going to send this letter out. And the letter's going to be sent to everyone in the area. And I'm going to say, like, you're so motivated to find a home in Glenway Estates that you've asked me to mail out to every household there. And we're looking for homeowners that want to sell that haven't yet listed their home for sale. And you'll be the first to know about it. That's just one of the things that we do. You see, buyers like this. Buyers like that you're proactively doing something, and it works. You send the buyer letter out to Glenway Estates. All of a sudden, 4 sellers get back to me. James not going to buy 4 houses, only going to buy 1 of the 4 at most. And so now I've got 3 other home sellers that maybe I've got another buyer for their home, or maybe we just do a listing presentation, list their home and get it on the market the traditional way. Now, there's another thing this is a double duty offer that we could make. So James is buying, but he also has a house to sell. So watch me spice this up. Hey, James, would you like me to email you all the daily updates of all the homes that match your criteria from all the other real estate companies? Plus, I can get you access to homes that are not available to the open public, like unlisted, off-market, and distress sales. It's a free service. You're never obligated to buy anything. Also, I understand you live over in Stonehaven Estates. I could have a look at your house and get you a net sheet of exactly what you're going to net in your pocket after all the expenses. And by looking at your home, I could give you inexpensive tips on what to do and what not to do to sell your home for $8,000 to $10,000 more. When would be a good time for us to get together? Mornings or afternoons?
That's called the 2-in-1.
The 2-in-1, right? So I made a buyer offer, but because the guy has a house to sell, I also talked about the seller benefits as well. So would we agree that if the prospect's motivated and we make the right offer, more of them are going to say yes? Okay, now we're face-to-face with somebody who wants to buy and or sell or both. So, yeah, we got to get you guys better at your offers. And that's what James does every Thursday, right, on the role play.
Shayla, we work on this I presume that you're relatively new, which is awesome. Welcome. But yeah, we work on this to reach mastery level every Thursday for 90 minutes. And you're asking all the right questions, so I can tell you're going in the right direction. There's one other thing, Craig, that I want to mention that that I know Nathan Clark brought up. So he made the letter and he sent it out on behalf of the buyers that he was looking for a home for. And he successfully found a homeowner willing to sell their home to them. So on subsequent buyer appointments, he shows the prospective buyers at the appointment the letter that successfully found a home for his past buyers, social proof. He's like, see the Joneses here? You know, Ron and Sue? Well, this letter that I sent out on their behalf, I sent it to the neighborhood they wanted. I found them a property. As a matter of fact, I found them a few different sellers and they picked the one they liked the most. I'm going to do the same for you. So once you do this and it works, now you're using it as a demonstration to show them, I will do this for you, right? So it's not telling them, it's also showing them once you're successful in doing it. Becomes very powerful. And they recognize, hey, this is, where do I sign? Right? You're doing work in order to help them. All you ask in return is for their loyalty. That's a no-brainer.
Okay, these are all really, really great questions. And James and I, we're all committed to you guys being successful. So we want you to ask your questions because we want you to obviously do it correctly. And we want you to have the confidence to do it. And maybe the first time out of the gate, maybe it won't happen perfectly, but that's okay. It's progress, right? That's how you're going to learn. Like the very first time that Nathan Clark sent out the buyer letter, he didn't use real hand addressed. He cheated on it and it didn't work. People didn't open the envelope. Not that the offer didn't work, not that the letter didn't work, but he didn't do it right. So hand addressed, real stamp. Now, here's one of my members. I showed you this. They've hand addressed the, can't really do that. They've hand addressed this letter. You can see it, but you don't need to do that. It can be typed, okay? Let's take everybody to the site. So go to the coaching site. Let's look at the letter again. This is how we're going to find the unlisted. This is how we're going to find the unlisted properties. And you're going to go see this tab, VIP Home Finder. And we got a bunch of them here, but you're looking for this one here, third one down, VIP Home Finder agent letter. And it's in Word, so if you feel compelled that you need to change it, fine, but I wouldn't. So this would say, Dear James McDonald, I will get straight to the point. I may have a buyer for your home. Are you seeing this, James?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I may have a buyer for your home. My buyer is extremely interested in your area, and they've asked me to contact you to see if you may be considering selling. This is a real buyer. Now, it's a real buyer you have, right?
Right.
In no way, shape, or form am I saying you send the letter out if you don't have a real buyer.
Yeah,
but
you
guys
guys
have
first
buyers,
name.
right?
You're not using their last name, but you're using their first name. And in Nathan's example, he even got their permission to include a photo of them. Now, you can ask, like, hey, look, this is what I did with these guys and it worked. So, you know, I'm not giving your last name or contact info, but if you're open to it, it works even better. Because, you know, think of the homeowner. They want to make sure that this is a real buyer, which you are. So.
And this is why the letter has to be written this way. It has to look at the perception amongst the homeowner that gets this is, first of all, you got to get him to open it up. That's why it's got to be a hand addressed envelope, plain white envelope with a real stamp, right? You don't need a return address on it. People ask about that. Why? You don't want it back anyway. You don't need a return address. The job of the envelope is to get the homeowner to open it. If it's got the big Remax balloon, you stick a label on, sure, that's going to be easier to do, the label, and run it through a postage meter. But the problem is the thing doesn't get opened. It doesn't matter how good of an idea this is or how good the letter is, the envelope doesn't get opened. So we figured out, okay, here's how we get the envelope open. What's the job of the letter? To explain how this deal works and drive them to the QR code. So let's continue on. My name is, you're going to insert your name. So Craig Proctor with ABC Realty. My buyer's name, James and Janet. They absolutely love your area. Well, that's true. right? James said he wouldn't live in any other area. That's where he wants to live in Glenway Estates. So they absolutely love your area. They'd be willing to pay top dollar for your home. They're also flexible with possession date, allowing you enough time to find your next home. Well, that's true because James isn't going to list his house till I find him another home. So he's flexible on closing date because he hasn't found anything yet. This may be the perfect opportunity to sell your home for top dollar to an extremely motivated buyer while prices are still high. Well, how can you say prices are still high? Well, they might be higher than they are a couple months ago. Again, if you don't like it, change it. You could change it to say, this may be the perfect opportunity to sell your home for top dollar to an extremely motivated buyer without all the regular hoopla of listing your house for sale. I don't even know if that's a word, hoopla, but without weeks or months and months on the market and agent tours and Matterport and every time there's a show, they don't want that.
Stress.
That's who this works. The guy that doesn't want that. They don't want that. They don't want. They find selling their home. We're real estate agents and we don't like moving. We know how painful it is. So that's why people respond.
Right? The inconvenience, stress, and expense of listing your home for sale can be avoided, completely eliminated.
To better explain, I've created a short video that you can watch holding your camera on your phone over the QR code below, and you'll be able to see more information about my buyer and how this will work to get you top dollar in the most convenient manner. If you have any questions, you can reach me at the contact info below. This would be a confidential call. No one will know about it. A confidential call at absolutely no cost or obligation. Please scan the QR code and watch the short video I made for you. What's the video say? Oh, hi, this is Craig Proctor with RE/MAX. If you're watching this, that's because you live in Glenway Estates and you received my letter about James and Janet, who are desperately looking to buy a home in Glenway Estates. In fact, James said to me, there's nowhere else in town he'd rather live than Glenway Estates. So he made me mail out this letter, not only to you, but all your neighbors received the same letter. Guys, I'm making this up. It sounds good though, right? So if you're thinking of selling your house, this may be the opportune time to sell your home to an extremely motivated buyer without having to do the traditional listing of your home in weeks or months and hundreds of people through your house. So if you are interested in finding out whether my buyer, James and Janet, would be interested in buying your home, you'd like to sell your home fast and for top dollar, they're completely flexible on closing as well, giving you plenty of time to find your next home. But to explore this opportunity more, give me a call. Again, my name is Craig Proctor with RE/MAX. My direct cell number is blah, blah, blah. You can reach me every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Better yet, scan the QR code in the or they've already scanned the QR code. Call me on this number right now, and I'll be in your neighborhood. I'm going to be in Glenway Estates over the next couple of days, and I can drop by, take about 5 minutes, and have a quick look at your house. James, comments? I made that up.
Yeah, that was very good. On the fly. Very impressive.
Now, if I recorded this again, it would be slightly different. You see, the reason I'm demonstrating this is you guys think it has to be perfect. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. Let's get progress in front of perfection here. I need you guys to start doing some of this stuff. They like it when it's not perfect, by the way.
Yeah, it's real. So a few Canadians are questioning whether this is something that'll work or that they can do, which is always a bone of contention, Craig, because I don't know if they're aware that you're literally in Canada.
Okay, let's cover the Canadian thing. So Kwong, or he goes by Nick now, with RE/MAX in Toronto, I had a conversation with him last week, and he was concerned. In Canada, he said, am I allowed to send this personal letter unsolicited to a homeowner? I said, of course you are, but go ahead and check, knock yourself out. So he went to RICO, Real Estate Council of Ontario. I don't know, he went to a whole bunch of different places. And yes, you're allowed to send a letter out to a human being in Canada, unsolicited. The only exception to that would be as if they expired off the market. So
it'd be like saying you're not allowed to send a postcard in the mail.
Well, yeah. So if I go to my mailbox and somebody sends me a letter and I didn't want that letter,
it's all unsolicited.
Yeah. So I think, look, I would never suggest you guys do anything that is going to get you in trouble, right? I wouldn't want you to ever do that. But to not check and decide that something's wrong for you, you're not allowed to do it, would be a grave mistake. This kind of attitude could cost you and your family hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? But you've heard me speak many times on paradigms. Your old paradigm, just be aware it exists in all of us. It exists in James, myself. Over the years, James and I have worked for 30 years together. And with Andrea as well. Andrea is probably 25 years into this. There are so many times where we get caught up on something we've done for a long time just because we've done it that way. And then we have, an epiphany, and we're like, oh my God, can you believe that we used to, like, why did we do it that? Because we're used to doing it that way. It's the same thing for all of you. Okay. And when a new idea is introduced, unfortunately, the old paradigm attacks the new idea. Okay. The old paradigm doesn't look at the idea and go, oh, good news, we're going to change things up. The old paradigm likes things how it is. Right. So as soon as a new idea is introduced, this is not for all of you, but how many of you find yourself, as soon as a new idea, something that's foreign, a foreign thought enters your brain, you find yourself right going down the road of evaluating the idea as to why it's wrong or why it won't work? We got to flip that around. When you see something, a new idea, give it a chance. Don't immediately, judge the idea as wrong. Give the thing a chance. How about this? Would you guys agree that when there's something wrong, there's also something right? Like there's a top to something and there's a bottom to something. There's something good about this cup, but there's something bad about this cup. Okay, there's good and bad in everything. So I want you guys to kind of flip it around. When a new idea comes along, instead of focusing on why it won't work, what if we did this? What if we focused on how we can make it work? How can I make this work? I'm in Canada. How could I make this work?
Well, let's start with this. Before you dismiss it, how does it work? Because, a big problem is to dismiss an idea before you even understand how it works at all. Obviously, that's a huge mistake. So the first thing you have to understand is exactly how does it work thoroughly before you can make any judgment as to whether it's something that would work. We do that all the time. And once you do understand how it works, very often, like, I can do that. This is pretty common, though. We run into this all the time. Craig, talk about telelisting, because people are asking about that.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. Okay, so I think I still have a free account for these guys. Telelisting.net. Why is it not loading up? Let me try it again. It's telelisting.net, right? Telelisting.net. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me share. And we'll show you in the US where you can get it as well. For the US, it's super easy. Okay, the question is, okay, I want to do it. You sold me on the idea. How do I find who the homeowners are in that neighborhood? Okay, so this is, in Canada, a company called Telelisting. So let's see if I can log in here. I can. All right. Do I remember how to use this thing? Let's see. Welcome.
This is how you know we're live, folks.
Yep. Because I wasn't
I think what might be the problem is telelisting .net may just be phone numbers. I'm not quite sure about the privacy. You've been able to find addresses on it too?
Yeah, that's why I'm showing it. Okay, access phone book. How about this? Okay, access phone book. And I want Glenway Estates. Okay, we'll just type in Glenway. Okay, well, there you go. So it gives me the guy's name, the address, 223, okay, Glenway Avenue, person's name. Let's try Glenway Circle. Maybe just Glenway. Okay. Here's one in Canada here. So C.M. Smith, 254 Glenway, East St. Paul, Manitoba. Let's find another one. Let's try Crossland Gate. Okay. You know where Crossland Gate is? Newmarket. Okay, so this is better. All right. So I could mail to K. Zunker. Laughlin, 130 Crossland Gate. William Donnell, 135 Crossland Gate. L. Walter, 139 Crossland Gate. Gives me the zip code. So that's how you do it. Now, not everyone I notice is on here. See, these people have given 0 as their address.
Okay, well, I guess they're not going to get one.
Well, I could probably look this up. James, go to 411.ca. Okay, go to 411.ca and type in K. Zunker in Crossland and see if you get the street number on Crossland Gate. But there's lots in here. Like, just start off by sending to the easy ones.
What's the last name again?
Zunker. He's the guy that didn't start Facebook, James. Zunker.
No.
Did you find him?
No.
Okay. So I can't send a what? I can't send a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boo-hoo. What about all these?
Right,
You could use Google Street
be
Maps.
the enemy of good. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good.
Right. But I'm pointing this out because some of you'd say, well, you know, some of these I don't have. No, you don't look at it that way. Look at all the ones you do have. Okay. So that's how we do it. Now, let's go. Can you see the coaching site now, James?
I'm still on looking for Zunker here. Yes, I do.
Okay. So we're going to go to the dashboard and we're going to go to approve vendors. Okay. In the US, you could go to Cole Realty Resource. Now they'll charge you a fee for this. And there's telelisting if you're in Canada. So it's all right here. Okay. And these guys will send out postcards, by the way. You should check this out. They'll send out like completely personalized postcards to anybody you want, past clients, whatever. Red X. Okay, you need a CRM, follow-up boss. Sierra Interactive. Okay, this is the company that's running, if you just started with us in coaching, these guys are running your Facebook ads. Okay, this is Andrew. He lives about 10 minutes away from me. Okay, some of you may be using Success website. But these are the approved vendors. Okay, so if I'm in the US, I can get the list of who lives in this particular neighborhood from many different places. I can get it from Cole Resource. I can probably get it from Red X. I can probably get it from my title rep. I'll tell you what else I can do. So I'm only familiar with this because I have a house in Sarasota. So if I go to Sarasota Appraiser, right here, Sarasota Appraiser, and I do a property search, and I type in Casey Key, all the houses on that street will come up. Okay, it didn't cost me anything, right? So that's how we do it. This person lives at 1522 North Casey Key Road. There's their names. This person here lives at 1400 North Casey Key Road. There's their names. So you can get it that way. But it's easier, obviously, to go through a vendor. The list is, it's easier to do it that way. But however you guys want to do it. Now,
You
let's
work
look
with a
at,
title company.
yeah, title company will
Very
give it to you for
often they'll
free.
just do it all for you. And often they'll volunteer to do more as well, like actually prepare the envelopes. I mean, they want your business. And they want to partner with you in helping you generate business because it'll mean more business to them. So very often, yeah, they'll do a lot of the work as well as just get you the addresses.
Okay, so I want to send out direct mail. So I go to, if I'm in the US, first of all, for Canada, do you have a website for Canada, Andrea? I never did that. I just walked into the post office, but there's probably a website.
I think it's just Canadian Post.
We'll try that in a minute. Let's do the US one first. So in the US, I put in my zip code, 34275, boom. Okay, it's been a while since I've done this. Walk me through it, Andrea. How do I do it?
Oh gosh, it has been a while since we've been on here.
Okay, let's go back.
I would
Search
just
for
do like a
EDDM.
search.
Go
Yeah.
to search the little magnifying glass and do EDDM.
Okay.
Every door direct mail.
There you go.
There it is.
Where is it?
You,
Oh.
Here?
you didn't click on it?
It looked like he clicked on it. It was the
Okay, tools. Do you see it there? Using EDM. How about that? There we go. Okay. Explore your EDDM options.
That's every door direct mail. That means everybody gets one, so it doesn't need to be addressed.
Okay, now how do I go to the map here? We used to do this all the time, Andrea.
the tool. It says
Right
EDDM
here?
online tool. Mhm.
Okay, all right.
Now your zip code.
Now my zip code. Good thing there's 3 of us here. Okay. All right. And there we go. Now, let's say I want to send direct mail out just to these waterfront homes. Right here. Let's zoom in. Okay. All these houses here are like $4 to $10 million. Okay. So place my mouse there.
There's
It says there's
668.
693. Everybody see that? 693. It's going to cost me $140 to market to these $4 to $10 million homes right here. That's it. Go to next step.
And these would be for this. You'd use this for the postcards.
Yeah, the unaddressed postcards that we looked at.
Correct.
Okay, so you just follow the steps, and it's going to be, I don't know, like 18, 20 cents. Does it even tell you the price? Well, Andrea, take $140 and divide it by 693.
Okay.
Now, I think I can take businesses out of here. Let's see, are there any businesses?
So like
Oh,
20
yeah,
cents.
There's 25 businesses. I don't want those. Right? Residential and business? Nope. I want residential only. Everybody see that?
Boom. $135.
$135 divided by 668 mailing pieces. How much is that?
$4. Did I do that right?
That can't be right.
No, I did
What-
it backwards.
What kind of Texas school system we got going on here, Andrea?
You just answered your
Backwoods.
All right,
Like
I'm
20
gonna do this.
cents.
Okay,
20
hang on.
cents.
135 divided by 668. It's 20 cents each.
And that's how much the other one was also. So it's the same. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so let's take some questions. There is no reason why you can't do this now, right? You understand how this all works. You understand your offers. You know where to get all the mailing pieces. You know where to find the names and addresses of the people that live in these areas. And now the question is are you going to do it? Now, some of you will do it. And those of you who do it, I want you to report back to us, hey, I did it, and here's what happened. What we're looking for are success stories, because that's how we're going to get all of you to do it. is by sharing the success stories from the people that did. And if you're sitting on your hands and every week you see people actually making money doing this, at some point you're going to get with it and get motivated on this. Now, if you do it and it doesn't work, then we got to look at why did it not work for you. Okay, so Jack Veers typed in a link for Canada. Let's see.
And while you're pulling that up, Sudukar, these, yes, we're sending the postcards that Craig has suggested to use. We're not using any sort of pre-made postcard. These are the messages you're picking for your target market.
Right. You're giving them the postcards that they're going to deliver. You're giving them the postcards. Canada Post is not a marketing company. They will deliver, but they do not create.
Yeah, and I know some of them, and it may be confusing because I know some of them, these every door direct mail vendors will make a postcard for you, but you're not going to want to use those.
All right, Andrew, I want you to spend some time on this. So this Canadian site, so we know how to use the thing.
Okay.
But here's how I did, Ian. Mail out 1,000 of these things. How bad is your marketing got to be to get a 1,000 postcards, a message to 1,000 people in their mailbox and not get one response? Right now, some of you have actually run weak offers, right? And it doesn't, if you got a bad offer, a weak offer, you could send, how many of you would agree? You could send it to 10,000 people, send it to 1 million people. So if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So we got to have a strong offer. And I hope this is making sense why these offers work and perhaps why the offers you were using were falling on deaf ears. So we're out of time here today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, let us know if you found this extremely helpful. Let us know in the comments. And let's get on this. Pick one thing that we talked about today and do it. And if, as you're doing it, if you have any questions, you can email me, craig@craigproctor.com. Okay, if you get stuck, something you're not certain of, but I'm pretty sure we filled in all the blanks here today.
Craig, let me just make one last closing point, just because it is so vitally important, that Stacy made about last year, before we met Stacy, spending $500 on 1,000 postcards and generating absolutely nothing from it. And the lesson is you got to separate the difference between the marketing message and the delivery medium. And the mistake that so many agents make is they blame the delivery medium on the failure of the marketing message. They say things like, direct mail doesn't work because I tried it and it doesn't work. Ignoring the fact that the message was delivered, but the message itself was flawed.
Right, you can't say direct mail doesn't work.
Blaming the deliverer, it'd be like blaming the mailman because I got a nasty letter and saying, man, that guy sucks.
So let me go deeper on that. That's a great point. So you guys hear what James is saying. If you send direct mail out and you don't get a response, the knee-jerk response is, well, direct mail doesn't work. No,
right,
it might be
anymore.
Right. But I also hear from agents when they say, well, direct mail doesn't work. The same agent says, but Facebook doesn't work. Google pay-per-click doesn't work. Nothing works, right? Because they've got weak offers. So
all of these examples are deliverers of your bad message. That's all they're doing. Whatever you give it, they'll deliver. So if you give it a bad, ineffective message, you can't blame them for delivering your bad, ineffective message. So what we're doing here is we're saying, okay, message first. What is the most compelling, effective message? Then you'll find out you deliver that, and all of a sudden, those same delivery mediums that were ineffective all of a sudden become massively effective. While the other agents stop doing it, perfect.
Before we wrap it up, if I hear from some of you like, okay, I get the buyer letter, but I don't have any buyers. And I don't have any money. I don't have any buyers. I don't have any money. Start running ads on Facebook Marketplace. Why don't you run your offer? Take a picture of a house and say, are you tired of looking at can't find the perfect home? Tired of looking at overpriced leftover houses? Would you like to get free access to unlisted and off-market homes?
Right.
Message me. And they're going to message you and they're going to say, send me the list. And you're going to say, ain't got no list. But we can get you access to homes that are about to go up for sale that would match your criteria. See, that's the whole point is It's beautiful to be able to say it, right? Because they're so used to saying to the agent, email me the list, send me the list. There's no list. This is a service. Tell us what you're looking for. We'll go find the thing for you. But I want some kind of commitment before I spend $300 on a buyer that if we do this, you're going to sign a buyer agency agreement with us. Like we're going to have a working relationship. It's, something you have to offer that the other agents don't have. So look, good luck with this. James is going to see you on Thursday, and he's going to role play with you all day Thursday.
Yeah.
Well, not all day. Not all day. 11 a.m. East Coast time.
It'll feel like all day,
right?
But it'll be an hour and a half.
And there'll be like 300 or 400 of you on Thursday's webinar, and then we'll talk more marketing on the marketing clinic on Friday at 11 a.m. East Coast time.
And let's try to remember to see if Mark might be available to walk you through. It'd probably take 15 minutes for him to walk you through how to create the video, put it on YouTube, and then how to copy and paste that into the QR code.
Yeah, and everything James just said, you